Alright, my love, how are you? If you're seeing this video, you've been looking for God, but God's like, you've been looking for me in all the other places I've not exactly been. I am everywhere, but you've been focused intently on finding me out in particular places. So before I came here, I was cleaning the house, then washing my hair, and then I started hearing the call to prayer. But it wasn't time for morning prayers, but I kept on hearing the call to prayer, and I was like, okay, there's a message here. As I finished washing my hair, Spirit was like, okay, madam, your vacation is over. There's a message for you to channel. And as I sat here and I was like, okay, Spirit, what's this message? What came through was our marriage. What they're saying is you've been looking for God in the places, like you've been specifically looking for God through some specific signs, some specific symbols, some specific religion, or some specific religious rites and practices. And Spirit is like, I am everywhere, but if you are trying to focus so intently on finding me in a particular way that speaks to and kind of like confirms what you think you know, then you're going to be going through this maze for a lot longer. Spirit has kind of like been leading you on a stick and carrot chase. That's what I'm hearing. Like, they've been leading you on a stick and carrot chase. You've been going through this maze, trying to figure out, like, okay, is God here? Is God here? And Spirit's like, catch me, hide and seek. And like, Spirit's like, okay, do you know, let me help you out, okay? You've been looking for God in places where God is, but God doesn't want to be seen there by you, because there's something about it conforming to your expectations that God is ready to demystify. The universe is ready to demystify those expectations you have around the presence of God, the power of God, the magnificence of God. The universe is kind of like, it's like you want it to be true, you want it to be exact, you want it to be just in a particular way. And Spirit is like, what the fuck are you? What the fuck are you to try to tell me where to be or where you can find me? Alright, so Spirit, what have these people been looking for you? Our married Lulua. You keep trying to, so you guys, you've been seeing a lot of synchronicities, you've been seeing a lot of repeating numbers, a lot of angel numbers, right? And you kind of like, at first, I'm hearing like you were befuddled, but then you're trying to like explain it away. You try to explain it away with logic, you try to explain it away with science, you try to explain it with theory, you try to explain it away with just explanations that no, it's nothing. Then it got so severe, especially you guys, you were seeing a lot of 111s and a lot of 333s. Like, it got so severe, so much that you could not ignore it. Now, because you could not ignore it, you first of all try to use your science logical brain, your analytical brain to explain it. Virgo might be significant in your chart somewhere. You first try to use your analytical brain to explain it, but Spirit was like, okay, you know that's not going to. Then you try to kind of like wrap your head around the mystery. In wrapping your head around the mystery, you're trying to like, it's like you've already made up your mind that this is the reason why you're seeing this, or this is the reason why. So you're trying to align your experiences with your expectations, and God does not have that with you. You're trying to align your experiences with your expectations. You're trying to, so that's what God was using. Like you're trying to find me in a place where you think I am to be found. Of course, I can be found there, but I don't want you to find me there. I want you to find me. I want you to seek me in everywhere else, in other places, in your art, in your treasures, in your sleepy moments, in your dying moments, and particularly hearing tomb. There's something about the tomb here, something about ancestral rights also coming through. You guys, there's something about you kind of like maybe creating this disparity and this separation between spirituality and religion, and ascribing like maybe your ancestral rites and saying it is spirituality, but it doesn't conform to your spiritual experience or your spiritual expectation of who God is and how God can be found, how God can be related with. Those ancestral rites are coming through. You guys might have been like, I'm hearing, might have been getting like messages to carry out like certain ancestral rites and ancestral rituals, and you were kind of like struggling to find, saying, oh no, you're not like that, your faith is not like that, your religion doesn't ascribe to such. And Spirit is trying to get you to understand that your ancestors, there's something about your ancestors coming through. I feel like playing cards. I'll pull cards if they give me the go ahead to pull cards. But there's just something about your ancestors coming through. There's something about ancestral rights coming through. Alright, Spirit, please give me some more clarity for this person's self, this collective. We are seeing my beautiful face. Amazing grace. You're amazed by God. You're amazed by God. How sweet the sound, the sound. I'm hearing that took my breath away, but I'm not sure that's the lyric to that hymn. But that's what Spirit is giving me. That took my breath away. You guys, I'm being extra dramatic. I've been on my vacation. It feels so good to be back here, channeling messages. Alright, Spirit. But Spirit saying something about you being amazed by the miracles of God, by the miraculous nature of God. And that's why you're seemingly not able to wrap your head around, because you're expecting it to conform to a certain logical experience. You're expecting it to conform to some certain expectations, some certain... It's like in your mind, you've already fashioned that God can only be manifested in this way. God can only speak through this kind of persons. God can only communicate through the signs. God can only do things this way. It can only be this way. So because you fixed your mind and fixated your mind to the fact that it can only be in certain ways, you keep wanting to get confirmations for what you're experiencing, for what you've been seeing, for the synchronicities. I'm hearing like you've been saying and you've been hearing a lot of synchronicities. Sometimes you just hear some things out of the blues, like it's what you're thinking about, and you look around like, and then there's nobody around you who would have said it out loud. My ears are itching. You guys might have been feeling like your ears like eating up, burning up, feeling hotter than usual. Also a lot itchier. Itchy, just this itchy sensation. Okay, Spirit, bring me back. Where was I? Yeah, so you've been wanting God to conform to your own like rigid boxes and ideals and expectations, and God is like, fuck no. Fuck no. So that's what's happening here. That's what's happening here, baby. God is trying to demystify the experience so that you can build a better, sincere, more intimate relationship with God, with the universe, with Spirit. But your mind is locked into it only has to be a certain way. So because your mind is locked into that way, you're not allowing yourself go through the breakthrough and breakdown experiences that needing to happen for you to break through, for you to, it's like you're supposed to break out of a certain limited mindset, a certain room, a certain box. You're supposed to break out of it. But then you're like, the box, the perimeters of the wall, the perimeters of the room have to be here. They're just a hand's breadth away. So I'm sure I can move through. But you're supposed to be needing to move through to realize that there's actually nothing there. There's actually no perimeter. You're actually supposed to break through. Break through the limitations of your mind, break through the confines of your beliefs. Your relationship with God is needing to change. Your relationship with God is needing to be upgraded, to be up-leveled. And you're not allowing yourself to surrender to that process because your mind is fixated and fixed on it can only be this way. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, the saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I am found. Was blind. Oof. Oh, your eyes are needing to be opened. This rate is moving me right now. Was blind, but now I see. Let's pray to open your eyes. Spirit, is there any other thing you want me to tell this person? It's pretty much open your eyes, like your inner eyes have been opened, but you are forcefully, like when someone is squeezing their eyes shut because they don't want to see what's in front of them. It's really like, okay. Should I plug it open? Should I like pull your eyelids apart? Or you are going to open it by yourself? It's like you're afraid of what you will see. You're afraid of what is on the other side of the experience or what is on the other side of this breakthrough, because you know it's going to confront all your beliefs. It's going to confront all your limits. It's going to kind of like force you to drop. It's not even a matter of force. It's like, what I'm saying is like you coming to this place and realizing like you've only had a limited understanding of life. So imagine like you felt like this was all. Okay, so imagine like you all this while you look at your hand, you see just 5 fingers, and God is like, open your eyes, open your eyes. You have more than 5 fingers. You actually have 6 fingers, and you're too scared to open, because if you actually open and see 6 fingers, it will mean that all this while you believed a lie. All this while that you thought you had just 5 fingers was an illusion. That's what's happening. You're afraid to open your eyes. You're afraid to let your relationship with God be demystified. You're afraid to deepen it because it's going out of the rules, it's going out of the regulations, it's going out of the statutes, it's going out of the laws you've previously known and ascribed to how your relationship with God should be. So because you're going into like a no man's land where there are no rules set in place, it's scary. But God is like, why are you scared? I am you. I am in you. I created you. You are me. You are in me. Why are you saying there's a separation between us? There's no separation. There's no separation. Alright, I think I'm being told to cap it on the end. I'm gonna cap it on the end. I'm gonna cap it on the end. You guys are going to be seeing 111s, you're going to be seeing 333s, you're going to be seeing 555s, 777s as well. You're seeing a lot of repeating numbers, and that shit is freaking you out. It's freaking you out. I'm hearing like some of you are also like suddenly like the windows. Okay, now I see why you're scared. But there's nothing to be scared of. You're just being up level to your next experience. I'm saying like breeze suddenly rushing and then your curtains flying or your windows like slamming open. There's something about slamming sound. Maybe like your windows, your doors slamming open, slamming shut, and you're the only one in jail saying like, what the fuck? You're needing the energy around you is very volatile, it's very ripe for change. Everything has been changing around you. Now you're like at the last bus stop where you're the one needing to open your eyes to this new life, to this new experience. Stop holding yourself back, okay? There's nothing to be scared of. Alright, if this message found you, that was a message pre-born, yeah. And I'm like, I'm fresh off my vacay, so this is fresh fresh downloads. Spirit brought me here to give you that message, okay? There's nothing to be scared of. See you on the other side.